Y'all know what's going on. It's time for another episode of Doing Time with Joe. I'm your host, Joe Baker. Look here, everybody in prison is trying to survive this experience, right? You either survive the experience as a predator or the prey. It's as simple as that, right? And one of the ways of surviving in here is called the charge game. And the charge game is a complex yet like simple system of manipulation. It's real simple, right? But you gotta, it takes some finessing and all of the things that go along with that, right? And I'm gonna break all of that down for you. And it's also a way, the way it was brought to me, it's also a way for people that are supposed to be living by a set of rules if you're part of an organization to get around the strictness of those rules. And I'm gonna explain all of that to you in a few minutes when I get into the episode, right? But in this episode, I'm gonna tell you how I was introduced to the game, the charge game, and the first person that I charged, right? It's a fascinating story. Y'all, you don't want to miss this one. So sit back and let it ride, right? Don't hit the end button, don't hit the pause button, don't do none of that. Let this episode ride, y'all, because this is gonna be one that you really want to tell your friends about, especially if you got somebody in the penitentiary that's calling you and asking for money in odd, simple ways, right? This episode is called The Charge Game. Check me out, y'all. Check me out. When I was in rotation, y'all know what that means, right? When I was still affiliated and doing all the things that we did as part of that, lifestyle, right? One of the guys came to me, this brother, he was from the M, and he brought the game to me, telling me, look here, Joe, he said, since you in charge, you might want to think about other ways, to increase your pocket, right? I'm like, yeah, increase my pocket. He's like, yeah, get your bread, right? He said, you don't want to just rely on selling drugs and stuff like that. And I said, well, tell me what you're talking about. He said, man, you got to charge these tricks around here. You know what I'm saying? These peons, man, ain't doing that. And these dudes is weak around here. You got to charge them, right? I said, folks, I ain't going to be getting into all of that because, one of the rules that we supposed to abide by as gangsters is we can't be extorting people, right? Now, I know a lot of y'all might find that hard to believe that gang members don't extort people, right? Well, that's one of the rules. If you're a gangster disciple, you're not supposed to be extorting people. That's just what it is, right? But this brother showed me a way to get around that because he said it ain't extorting if they give it to you. I said, well, if they give it to you because you putting them under pressure, then that's extortion. You feel what I'm saying? They're paying for this and paying for that. He said, no, Joe, you're missing the whole point. You got to finesse them and make them give it to you. Because if they giving it to you and they you doing them a favor, then you're not extorting them at all. You're doing them a favor. And I knew it was a slick way to play on words and try to manipulate and get around, the rules of the org, but I was intrigued by what he was saying. You feel what I mean? I'm going to just keep it real. I'm not going to play that role. I'm going to just keep it real. I was intrigued by what he was saying. I said, okay, break it down for me then, bro. Break it down for me. So when he heard me say that, he's all in. He's like, yeah, I got him. You know what I'm saying? I got him. But anyway, I'm listening to him, right? I said, okay, tell me how this works. He said, you got 4 components. He said, you the protector. He said, you got to have the friend. You got to have the muscle. And, of course, you got to have your mark. You feel what I'm saying? Now, the mark is the dude that's going to end up getting charged, right? The friend is the dude that's going to end up befriending the mark. You understand what I'm saying? And the muscle is going to be the one that's coming in and put all the pressure down on the mark. You feel what I mean? And the protector is the one that's going to benefit out of the whole thing. Now, so you got 3 main parts of this manipulation scheme, plus the person is going to be getting manipulated and put in a position where he's going to give me money. Now, check it out. Because this is you. If you don't pay attention, you can miss this. Okay. But it's real simple. This is not a complicated thing. It's not rocket science. But a lot of people, they'll try to make it seem way more complicated than it is. You feel what I'm saying? So here's what happened. There was this young dude, right? And I'm going to keep it real. You know what I'm saying? It was a brother. It was a brother. He was a peon, but he was black. You feel what I'm saying? A lot of people believe that, a lot of the manipulation go on in here with the opposite race and stuff like that, right? It is what it is. It goes down with whoever it is, that presents themselves to be the type of person that will fall into that trap. That's just what it is. Just keeping it 100, right? So anyway, here's what happened. They had this brother that come into the pod, right? And folks is showing me, what certain things to look for. When the brother came into the pod, he's looking around, he looks nervous. So a couple of the gang members in the pod, they bump down on him. Like everybody gets there, right, to bump down, right? So when they bump down on him, they say, what that is? What you belong to? Who this? Who that? Blah 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 blah. Right? And this brother's like, I don't belong to nothing. I'm not this. I'm not that. So then they start grabbing his bags and helping him go to the cell with. And we already know then what's finna happen. They finna get in there and then they finna try to get him. You know what I'm saying? To take something from him. But this particular time, folks was like, no, this is the guy we gonna get. So he rushes downstairs. You feel what I'm saying? And he tells them, look, y'all get out, leave this man alone. He ain't done nothing to y'all. Y'all don't need to be up in here. So they looking, because there's some other gang members, you know what I'm saying? They some Crips and stuff like that, right? So they looking like, okay, folks now must know him, right? So they back on her, put the bags down, back on her, and leave him alone. So bro tell him, look here, man, my name is such and such and such and such. You know what I'm saying? If you got any problems, just let me know, man. And then he bump on down. No questions asked. You know, the young dude said, thank you, man, appreciate this, and that. And he's seeing on his face this dude to go. So he come back up the stairs and he's telling me the business about this dude. And I'm like, because I'm watching the whole time, but I don't see what's going on the inside of the cell. I'm going to keep it real, but I'm watching. But at the end of the day, you know, cousin them come up out there, folks come up out there, and dude is in there unpacking, right? Now his cellie, this is what folks got me. This is when he taught me something. He peep who his cellie is. Now his cellie, he one of those dudes, he's always looking for the opportunity, you know what I'm saying, to try to get over himself. You feel what I'm saying? He's always looking for that opportunity to get his bread too, right? So he's looking, he pulls him, folks pull him to the side. He said, look here, this is what I'm going to need you to do. This is what I'm going to need you to do. I'm going to need you to make sure dude feels comfortable. Then we're going to break you off. One time payment. I know you don't get no money every time. We're going to break you off. You just need to be his friend, man. You need to be the one that's going to direct him to folks. You feel what I'm saying? And this old head, you know, this dude, he understands what the business is. And all his role is to make dude feel comfortable in the cell, make dude feel like he can trust him, make dude feel like he can talk to him about anything, and everything is going to stay in the cell. Whatever they talk about stays in the cell. It's just about making dude comfortable so that if some stress gets put on him, he can go to him and be like, look, man, this is what is going on. Can you help me? That's the move. You got to make the mark feel comfortable. Period. Point blank. So he does that. And he's greasing the wheels for about a good 2 weeks, right? And he got dude, you know what I'm saying, they hanging out together. They going to the gym together. He takes him around the prison and introduces him to different people. You know what I'm saying? This little bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, he don't even know this cat. You feel me? But he's introducing him to everybody like he's straight like that. You feel what I'm saying? And he good people. So now he's being introduced. He's becoming acclimated to his surroundings. He's starting to feel comfortable about being in here. He's not afraid anymore about being in the pod. And so now he likes it and he wants to be here. You feel what I'm saying? Because a lot of times people come into the pod, they get spooked, they want to go to check in, they want to figure out something, they're trying to make a move, they stay in the cell all day, whatever. But he wasn't like that. He had gotten comfortable with his surroundings because bro was making him feel, well, the peon, that's his cellie rather, was making him feel comfortable. But he's letting us know every move he makes. You feel me? But the peon, the mark, don't know that the peon is putting in work for us. All right? So after about good 3 weeks now of this going on, here we go. Now you remember, cuz them, at the initial part of this, when they bumped down on him and asked him what that is and walked in the room with him with their bags, they was finna get him. You remember them, right? Okay, so here we go. This is what happened. You know what I'm saying? So folks go back to them and he tell them, look, they're used to this. They do this all the time. He go back to them, he tell them, look, this is what I need you to do. I need you to bump down on him. I'm talking about go aggressive. Take everything he got on the shelf. Everything, state blues, everything. Take all his commissary, take everything from him. You know what I'm saying? And go hard on his cellie too. His cellie, we let him know his cellie is part of the business. You feel what I'm saying? His cellie knows what's going on, but this is what you got to do. And folks told him this one time, you don't get nothing after this. Whatever he got in the cell, don't take his TV and his radio, and I don't let that right, but take everything he got on the shelf. Soap, everything. Don't leave him with no hygiene. Don't leave him with no commissary. You can take all the clothes off the shelf. Just take everything. Leave him with some shoes to wear. You feel what I'm saying? Leave him with stuff like that. But take all of the stuff that you know that you can get some money for. This is your one time that you can go in there and do that. So they wait till the weekend. When the weekend came, they hit him. They go in there, they tap him up a little bit, smack him around. They don't get too wild with it. You feel me? No pocket knife play. But they go in there, they smack him around a little bit. They start taking his stuff. His cellie, he come into the cell in the hair. What's going on? What's going on? He step up in the cell. They shut the door. Now all four of them in there. Ain't nobody getting out. And cuz them going hard. They putting on. They putting on for real. I'm talking about, you can hear them in there talking, boy this, give me that, and you better not say this, and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. And all you hear is them saying, man, why you doing this to me? I ain't done nothing to you. Shut up. Don't nobody want to rap about that. Put it in the bag. It's going down. And that's just what it is. You better not say nothing to nobody about it, right? So after they get everything that they wanted, they come up out the cell laughing. They got two bags strolling across the floor. They done took all his celly stuff too. But he already know what it is. It's part of the move. It's part of the move. So now, it's the weekend now. So they got to sit in that cell Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday before they can at least get to somebody to say something to the unit management team so that they can probably leave or check in or something like that. But again, don't get it twisted. His cell is playing the friend role. He ain't going nowhere, really. But these 2 days, we're going to use these 2 days to calm him down and say, look, man, we got to do something or we're going to have to leave the pod. Now, remember this now. The play on this is this. He's comfortable with the cell. He's comfortable with the pod. He's comfortable with the people in it. But now he's feeling some type of way because these people in the pod, two of the people in the pod, done took his stuff. Now but he don't want to leave though. But he feels ashamed. He don't even want to come out of the cell. So here we go. Here we go. That's when they come to me. I'm the protector. So Saturday afternoon, I go over there, knock on the door because he hadn't been out. You know, I said, man, look here, man. Can I talk to y'all for a minute? And the friend of the peon, he told him, he's like, yeah. Come on in, Joe. So I go on in, I sit down. I said, man, I heard about what happened. Y'all straight? And I'm looking around. You know what I'm saying? Dang, they took all y'all stuff? And then the young guy, he's like, yeah, man. He got his head down. He won't even look up. Got his head down, won't even look up. And keeping it real for a minute, it pulled at me. It pulled at me. But I got to keep my face on. Got to keep my face on because this is the business. You feel what I'm saying? This is the move. This was a long time ago, too. I ain't on this no more. I don't want y'all to get to thinking, Joe, you tripping. Now, I'm telling y'all what it was like. I'm telling y'all something that I did. It's just what it is. All right? So, after, I finished talking to him and all this and that, his seller said, man, can you help us? I said, help you how? I said, this ain't our business. It's Crips I heard that came over here, right? He was like, yeah. I said, that's Crip business, man. I'm not finna get into that. You know how this go. Ain't now one of y'all the business. If one of y'all was the business, you know what I'm saying, I'd be helping that individual, but I can't just get into Crip business like that. That ain't how it go. You know this, man. Why you trying to even play me like that, right? He said, no, Joe, hold on, man. I ain't trying to play you, man. It's just that, man, this ain't right. You know this ain't right, man. I said, ain't nothing right about being in the penitentiary, man. Y'all know what this is, man. You feel what I'm saying? It's dog eat dog, man. And if you ain't on the right team, it is what it is. Now, keep in mind, folks done taught me, he said, drop that word team over and over and over. So I did. I said, you ain't on the right team. You got to be on the right team. You feel what I'm saying? So the friend dude in the cell, he said, man, what I got to do to get on the team, man? I said, what you got to do to get on the team? I said, that ain't but a couple of ways to get on the team, homeboy. He was like, how'd you get on the team, Joe? I said, you got to pay for this, man. You just got to pay for it. Unless you're trying to become the folks. I said, you trying to become the folk? He was like, nah, I ain't on none of that. So the young dude was like, man, I want to get on the team, man. I don't want this, man. What do I have to do? I said, man, it costs. It costs. You pay the fam, you know what I'm saying, a little money every month, you know what I'm saying, and we'll make sure don't nobody mess with you. Period. That's how it works. You pay the fam, you under that umbrella, you get protection from the fam. That's just what it is. You feel me? But you gotta want that. I can't come to you and tell you got to do this. You gotta want that. You gotta come to us. You feel what I'm saying? And say, look, help me. And if you come to us and you say, help me, you help me, you know what I'm saying, we'll help you. As simple as that. But we ain't doing none of that for free. He was like, man, how much something like that cost? I said, man, what's it worth it? What's it worth to you? What's it worth to you, man? He said, I don't know, man. I probably can afford $20 or $30. You know what I'm saying, here and now. I said, nah, this has got to be consistent, and it's got to be every month. Ain't no lapsing in it. None of that. If you can't pay it, man, don't start it. You feel what I'm saying? I said, who you going to have paying it? And I'm pushing him now. I ain't letting him back out. Listen to what I said. I said, who you going to have paying it? I'm already locking him in. Because folks done taught me how to go at him and talk to him. He said, I can call the house, man, and see if mom's going to do it. I said, man, well, get on the phone and call him. He hadn't said nothing about agreeing to do it yet. I'm pushing him now. Get on the phone and call them, man, and let me know. And I leave up out of the cell. I said, what about you? I turn around and I said, what about you? And man, I ain't got nobody to mess with me, man. Man, I said, look, if he pay it, the whole cell protected, man. Now I put some more pressure on tomorrow to look at it like, if you can't get this done, y'all in trouble. Both of y'all in trouble. And this dude been your friend. I'm putting the pressure on him mentally. So he'll get caught up in, I got to make this happen. I got to make this happen. So I come up out of the cell. I walk back upstairs to where I'm at, you know what I'm saying, with folks. And we go in the room. And I said, man, that was too easy. I said, but it still feel like extortion, man. I said, dude almost broke down and cried. I'm telling him, he thought that was funny. He thought that was funny. That's when I started realizing the type of individuals that I'm around. I'm around some real beasts that ain't playing no game. And if I don't learn this game, I'm going to become the prey. I mean the predator and the prey. I'm going to be the predator on one hand and prey on the other because, see, folks them got a way of trying to make you look like you running something, but you really ain't running nothing. You feel what I'm saying? You got the mask on as the predator, but you really the prey. Period. You feel me? So anyway, I don't show no emotion. The next day, it's a Sunday. I'll never forget it, man. Dude come up to the cell, knock on the door. Hey, Joe, can I talk to you? I said, yeah, it's open, man. Come on in, man. What's up? He said, man, I talked to moms, man. And she can afford $50 a month, man. That's just the best she can do. I said, $50 a month. I said, bet that, man. I said, I don't want her sending it to me. I don't want to put it on my books. I got an address out there I'm going to have. She just got to send it to them every month. And we straight. He said, cool. He said, give me the address and I get it to her. I said, no, you got to send this in the mail, man. Ain't no talking on the phone with this address. So I give him the address. He write his mom. Everything straight. Now, that was the first time I charged somebody. Now, what I learned out of that is that I didn't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to go to a whole nother level of manipulation when you do that to somebody. Because quite honestly, this was a while ago. And my two sons, you know what I'm saying, were not too much younger than him. And when he almost broke down in that cell, that almost got me. So I was more content in getting my money, you know what I'm saying, selling dope. But let me get back to the story. So when I go to folks and I tell them I got it, the money finna roll in. That's when he popped down. He said, man, let me get some of that. I'm the one turned you on to this game. I was like, yeah, you did. I said, this is what I'm going to do, though. I'm going to let you get all of that. I said, he going to send it to me, and then I'm going to have mine send it to you. You feel what I'm saying? I don't want nothing to do with that. You feel what I'm saying? He said, cool, I'm with that. Now, keep in mind, right, manipulation is a dirty game. Because I felt like he had manipulated me to do it. Now he's coming to me, he's going to put the charge down on me right now. This is another aspect of the game that you need to understand. Right? People always want something in here. So when he come to me and I agree I'm going to give him all of it, right? He ain't even peeping the move. This is the setup for me. Because like I said at the beginning of this sounds like extortion to me. That's exactly what this sounds like. You feel? But he convinced me that it wasn't because I was trying to figure out a way to get me some more money and all this and that. But when I went and actually did it, I feel I felt a certain type of way. This is extortion. At least that's how I'm going to interpret it. And when you denying, you doing the interpreting. Because at the end of the day, that's what it was. It was extortion. So after about 3 months go by, he getting his bread, right? I go to the young dude. I tell him, I said, look, here's what I need you to do. I need you to go to this brother right here and tell this brother, said, look, I need you to go holler at them, man, and let them know I'm not going to be able to pay this month, man, because, moms ain't, doing too good, right? I had him to go to the pod coordinator. The pod coordinator is the individual in that particular building, in that particular pod, that handles all the business and brings it up the chain to the individuals that can make decisions about what's going to happen, right? So the pod coordinator, he's hearing this from the young dude, and now he's saying, wait a minute, folks them extorting? Now keep in mind, I had him leave my name out of it. Leave my name all the way out of the business. You feel what I'm saying? Don't put me in it, right? Because I'm letting him know I'm finna let him get out from under this. He ain't gonna have to pay no more if he do what I tell him. You feel what I'm saying? It's crosses in this, man, and double crosses too. Y'all know what's going on. Don't act like you don't know. So when he go do that and they come up the chain, I'm sitting there, look. Now folks looking at me like, man, I don't know what kind of games you playing, right? But I finna tell everything. If I go down, you go down. You feel me? He giving me that look. Now I done secured my down. I don't want to do selling. You understand what I'm saying? I don't want the cuz now. Man, y'all play along or get along, man. And what that means is this. Go along with what I'm saying or you're going to leave the compound. It's as simple as that. I ain't finna play with you, right? Because I'm playing a dirty cross game. You feel me? They agreed to it. As long as they, no heat come to them, they cool with it. I'm the 9. I can protect them. Simple as that. Folks can't. He just OSM. He can't do no protecting. So when they come up to us and they say, folks in here extorting, are we in the hearing? Folks gonna holler. He said, no, Joe in on it too. I said, what you mean by that, folks? He said, you in on it too. I said, nah, I ain't got nothing to do with it. Now keep in mind, I slipped up. But I'm fast on my feet. He said, man, look here. The money was going to Joe and Joe was sending it to my people. I slipped up. That's why I slipped up. You feel what I'm saying? But here's the thing. What he didn't know. Anytime I do business with anybody, when I have my people mail something to somebody, it's a fake address. You'll never be able to connect nothing back to me. So he said, I'm going to have the envelope sit in to me, so I'm going to show you that Joe's people the one mailed it to me. Oh, okay. Bet that. Now, he don't know how I always secure my down. So I tell everybody, I said, look, we're going to put this hearing on hold. And when the mail gets here, let it do what it do. If it's my people, then let it do what it do. If it's not, he got to go. Folks are like, that's what's up. Oh, he done already signed the seal to his death warrant. He do. Because he don't know how I always secure my down. So it took a few days for the mail to come in, right? Because they had tore the envelope. They didn't send the whole envelope in, which it didn't make me no difference. But they tore the whole front off so it'd be just one sheet. Because these folks here get to looking like, what y'all got going on? So when he get it, he got 3 of them. They all say the same address. I said, that ain't my people address. So folks them, they doing the investigating because some of the folks is riding with him. They trying to get me. So they think they are smarter than me. They said, look, it's what we're going to do. They come to the cell and say, folks, we need you to produce some envelopes, some mail that you done wrote your people. You know what I'm saying? And got letters back from them. We need you to produce it. I said, all right. I ain't tripping. They doing what they need to do, but I also know they trying to get me. They working with it. I come out with all kind of mail. Here go my mail. I'm talking about dates back to this and that. This is stuff out of Springfield. This is the only place that I get in the mail at in Springfield. Blah, 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 blah. Ain't none of it matching. So they looking like, hey, folks, this ain't the business. You said that Joe was mailing this too. Now he done got accused of, he's finna get another charge for accusing a POA of lying. Now he trying to create, disruption in the organization. Oh, now he got another write-up. They bipped him. Then he got to go to the bag. Game over for him. He done. They run him to the bag. Now I'm sitting out there, I get a letter from him a couple of months later. And he respected the game. He said, you got me. I ain't writing back though because ain't no telling what he be trying to do, right? But I just wanted to drop that on y'all. Because that's another way of how things go down in here. The charge game is real in here, man. In here, you can get charged for eating your own tray, using the phone, taking a shower, or just to be safe. That's what goes down in here. See, a lot of people ain't going to tell you that. A lot of people ain't going to tell you that at all. They're not going to let you know that they're in here being charged. But they are. But see, you got to make it good to them. You got to make it seem like you're looking out for them, so they don't feel so bad about it. But deep down, they know what it is. So watch out for that. So when you get in trouble, especially some of y'all rich people out there, celebrities and all this and that, and you get to talk to these prison consultants and they try to tell you how to come in here and make it, ask them about the charge game. See what they tell you then. Ask them about that because you gonna pay. That's just what it is. This has been another episode of Doing Time with Joe. I'm your host, Joe Baker, and I say peace, y'all.